Hi everyone, welcome to TGIF, another Friday, another episode. If there is a word which is top of mind for leaders, that is agent, all of us understand that. But of course, the bigger question for enterprises is, how do I build these agents at scale, right? And this is where a service was announced recently on Azure called Agent Service. In fact, one of the episodes we covered that, but we'll probably reflect on how has things changed from how we built agents pre-agent service era and now. So it's a pleasure to welcome Srikanth and Shankaran for a short conversation. Srikanth, welcome to TGI.
Yeah, hi, thanks, Sandeep.
Wonderful, wonderful. Srikanth, quickly, so now, I've seen you build these autonomous agents in the past, and you leverage, of course, I would say the plumbing was done with LangGraph and function calling, etc. So now with agent service, you played with that as well.
Right.
So your reflection on how has things changed? Does it make it easier for us to build and scale, or has it become more complex? What's your take?
Yeah, so I think that's a good point. I mean, all along we know that when you want to build applications powered by generative AI, but still after the intent detection is done, we need to take some actions.
Right.
Okay, and then for us to perform those actions, we had to use function calling, and we write plumbing code to make sure that we're able to perform those actions that as triggered from the intent that the LLM declared.
Right.
But no, when you want to scale an application and then when you want to increase the reach of what you want to do, the type of actions that you want to take, it means you have to write that code every time to say that, hey, through function calling, let me call every incremental API or action that I want to plug in.
Right.
Is it possible that we can actually make the whole thing autonomous? Okay, I just want to give a specification. For example, I want to give a Swagger definition of a REST API to this particular application, and then it should just call it. I don't need to write any plumbing code at all. So that's the thing where actually the space where AI agent service really comes in.
Wow.
We had a manifestation of that using the assistance API. Okay. It was like a wrapper or an application on top of LLMs, and then actions like code interpreter is quite profound, I would say. In fact, I'm still in awe of how great that particular feature is. When I want to say something, it just writes code and then accomplishes it.
Right.
You don't have to write any. As a developer, I'm totally I'm sort of absolved of the. I don't have to write that particular piece of intelligence to write that code accordingly. It just happens and then it performs those actions.
Right.
So we have actually extended the same capability. In fact, all that we offer as a part of assistance API is available in the AI agent service. So all the goodness of that, and then we can play around with other models too. It doesn't have to be just OpenAI. It could be Mistral or it could be Cohere or something like that. So that's the range in which we can operate now and give autonomy to those agents is something quite remarkable.
Wonderful. In that case, it's become easier. You don't have to literally worry about the plumbing that we thought earlier in terms of what we need to do as developers. But it become easier because, as rightly said, you give a Swagger definition. Rest is taken care by the agent service as a capability.
Right.
Awesome. Now look, there's another trail that we're seeing is large action model. So eventually an agent service, for the workflow to become a reality, it basically invokes multiple APIs, or we can use the term called actions. Now with large action models, some of basically the actions which otherwise you would have implemented, like we discussed, is inherently part of that particular model itself.
Yes.
Now, what's your take on, is models getting towards becoming agents? That means actions are performed without you literally orchestrating, or this trail of you still orchestrating will continue? You just reflection.
Yeah, I think for the immediate future, I see that both have the space and they'll continue to operate. For example, the compared to user agent model that OpenAI, the operator agent that we have, it is great at taking actions when it comes to browsing websites and getting the information from that and giving you a very nuanced opinion, perform some actions and all that. But then when I want to apply that to an enterprise scenario where, let's say, I need to call SharePoint or I want to sort of populate some kind of a document knowledge repository, so it can't do that. So obviously, you need to supplement that with actions. So probably I think that in future the autonomous action taking might be added to this, and or we may need to still plug in where some need still remains unfulfilled, and then sort of have the use case implemented complete is what I think.
Wonderful. In fact, I'm thinking a scenario where we have an agent, of course, powered by large language model. Imagine that the agent acting like gateway. You'll have other miniature model which specializes in certain things. Right. So the agent should leverage those models to fulfill a requirement. That's also a case going forward, right? I'm not sure how this transpires, but we're just talking. But I understand. I think the fact that there are scenarios outside the capacity of a large action model, you still have to orchestrate that.
true. In fact, I think the GPT-5 announcement seems to be on those lines, because you're going to have a router agent which is going to, you don't need to specify, I want to call X model or Y model in my application. I defer to this particular router agent inside GPT-5, and then it figures which is the model that needs to be called. And probably the operator model, the core model could be one of them, and then it could just perform that action. And likewise for some other scenario, it's just that probably you don't have to know upfront what I need to call, but then it just happens at runtime. So probably I'm thinking that should be that's how it might unfold.
Awesome. That's good actually. In fact, as we speak this morning, GPT 4.5 is out.
Oh yeah.
Right. So I mean, I think the trail continues with more intelligent models coming up. Awesome. Thank you so much, Srikantan.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Sandeep.
Awesome. So as you heard, I think this trail is becoming more interesting with each passing day. Building agents should become easier. A lot of plumbing will be taken care of by the platform. Hence, we say the platform largely is getting democratized so that you focus on the business problem, the tech gets taken care of. With that, thank you for watching this episode. Have a wonderful Friday. Keep watching TGI and a great weekend ahead. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks so much.